Day 4 of the cut, shredding, leaning down. 85.9, new low weigh-in, lovely. Almost 3 kilos down, feels better, less bloating, and obviously most of that is water weight, but good improvements 4 days in. Let's keep it going. For pre-workout, we want to have some strawberry, 159 grams. So I want to have some honey. Same as usual, 15 spot on. Opti test. 3 capsules in the morning. Every morning. To help a little bit with that testosterone, because when you're cutting, it naturally goes down. This time we're having some Ghost pre-workout, sour strips flavor, rainbow, taste amazing. I think this is a limited edition, so I'm using this sparingly to make the most of it. A whole scoop is like 300 milligrams of caffeine. I don't need that much, so I just use about 2/3 ish. I'm training legs today, so I'm gonna need this creatine again. Don't ask me about the bag, lads. Alright? This is about 5 grams. Alright, so we're going to have these strawberries pre-workout on the way to the gym, which you'll see, and then we're going to go train. One thing I want to mention though is, at this point, day 4, the cravings are starting to hit me a little bit. It's manageable, but I'm starting to feel it now. Okay? And this is when it really starts to become a mental battle as well, of you just saying no to things like this, although I don't like chocolate that much. I'm more of a brownie guy, ice cream. And in the later episodes, I'll show you which ice cream I'm gonna have. I'll make my own with the Ninja Creamy, which is lovely, because you can choose your own calories and stuff. Yeah, I'm craving brownies, cakes, ice cream. What else? I am craving, what am I craving? Yes, burgers, pizza. All of that stuff is just going through my head. And that's what I want to eat. However, I've trained my no over the years. And my no is quite strong. So I'm saying no to them. And hopefully I can stay like this for 3 months, having no cheat days. And obviously making these videos holds me a bit more accountable. I've done it before, but there's like maybe like a cheat food in there, if it fits your macros type stuff. But again, trying to keep it clean all the way around is better. That's what I'm trying to do, and take you along with the journey. Comment below any struggles you've had with weight loss, and let's talk about it. On the way to the gym, about 5 minutes out, I'm gonna have this pre-workout. There's Ghost this time and some added creatine, because Ghost pre-workout doesn't come with creatine on its own. We're hitting legs today. We're doing some leg extensions, leg curls, front squats, hitting something, we're doing exercise with the calves as well, and maybe hitting some abs, depending on how I feel. No, we should hit abs. We're gonna do abs. Okay? Holding myself accountable right now. We're gonna do some abs, and then we're gonna do about 10-15 minutes of cardio, head back home, have a nice meal, and then maybe go for a walk. It's raining. Just gonna put a hoodie on and then do that. Right. Now, I think I said it earlier, but day 4, the cravings are getting stronger. You know, it's a bit more difficult to say no or not to think about them. You always think about them. The food, that is, that you really want. It's tough, but we keep pushing. You know, we're gonna do our cardio, we're gonna hit the weights, we're gonna hit our macros every day without fail. That's what we're gonna do. Let's do this. See you in the gym. Again, I always forget to show this bit. Not letting a single grain go to waste. And that's the pre-workout taken. Started off with the bike as a warm-up and also some foam rolling, but I will regret that, as you will see in this next clip. Just left the gym again after 10 minutes, and that's because my SD card wants to act funny. Only has 5 minutes of recording time left. I took a lot of files out from yesterday's vlog. I deleted them, put them on the computer. That should obviously freed up space, but it didn't. And now I have to go back home to see what's wrong with it. Thank God I've got the time today to go back and forth. But long day, but we're still gonna do it. Come back and finish the workout. I have to warm up all over again. Long day. That's calm. We're gonna train regardless. Back in front of the gym again, and now my body's gone cold, so I have to warm up again. But we're not gonna do the bike again because that's boring. So let's do something else. See you inside. Starting off with some foam rolling to release tension and make sure that the muscles are all nice and happy. All right, we do that, and then we do some free weight squats to help prime the muscles, make sure get the blood flowing, knees okay, muscles okay, and then we're gonna do something else right after this. After I've done it, I'm taking my time. You cannot rush warm up, especially if you don't want any injuries, so you make sure you take your time and do it the right way. Now we're doing some lunges, jumping lunges to help, again, body weight warm-ups to make sure everything is nice and oiled up and lubricated by the time we start our proper exercises. And then we do some stretches as well, again, to help it out. But do the stretches after the dynamic warm-up because you don't want to do stretches before you warm up. You have to have some warm-up before you do that. And now I just, for bonus, did this again. So what we're doing now is the leg extensions, and with this one, again, because it's the first proper exercise, I like to build up the weight from low to high, and that's why I sped it up a little bit so you can then see the main set, which is this one. That's why I've started nice and controlled. Could have been a little bit slower, but in the moment when you're doing the exercise, it feels like it's going a bit slower, but it actually isn't until you rewatch the footage. And now it's going a bit faster, but yeah, I'm doing 3 sets of this, as you can see from the different angles. I'm taking them close to failure or failure until I can't do anymore. And then we moved on to the leg curls, trying to build the weight up again like we did with the leg extensions. The aim again is to do it nice and controlled, fast on the way down and slow on the way up. Time under tension, but not too much time under tension, because Jeff Nippard came out with a study to show that I believe it was like 2 to 7 seconds on the way back up, or on the negative, to basically maximize potential, but 2 seconds was fine. So we're just trying to do that and not make it boring at the same time. Moving on to the front squats, again trying to build up to that top set. So started with 40s, went up to 60s and then 70s. Again, because of my back injury, I want to be extra careful with this, make sure I've got the motion correct for the day, and then tackle the higher set, if you will. So doing it here, form on point, if I have to say so myself. Just look at it, it's beautiful. Squats is one of my favorite exercises. Back squats, mainly in the past, I used to do a powerlifter style program and I used to love it. I used to spend so long in the gym just to do the like when I was back day, to do to do deadlifts, and then on legs to do squats, and chest day to do bench. But I used to spend so much time there. I absolutely loved every minute of it, and unfortunately those days are now gone. I try to still obviously do all those exercises, but I'm taking it a lot easier now. I digress. We are now moving on to the calf raises, and as you can see in the fast forwarded bit, I started with a lower weight again to now build up to this working set, and trying to do it as slow as possible as I can, and get that squeeze in to really make that mind muscle connection effective, if you know what I mean. And that's how your face should look at the end of the set. With abs, we're starting with 20 reps of the leg raises, and then 20 to 25 reps of the scissors, and then side scissors, as you can see on this screen. Very effective workout to get that real nice burn in the abs and also help them come out and pop out. And that's followed by a 3/4 sit-up, 25 reps, and that really makes it burn straight after what we did earlier. And here, this is a real killer, the elbow to knee twist crunch. If you try this, and let me know in the comments how it feels, because this one destroyed me. It was very painful, but it's very good to do, so I definitely recommend you do it. Again, we're trying to do 25 reps, but the first few times that you do these, you don't expect to actually hit 25. It's quite tough. I'm not sure even if I hit 25 here, but nevertheless, you gotta do them. As you can see how tough they are, I took a little break here before going back and finishing the set. Here we're doing knee-in crunches and knee-in twists. Both of them are a killer exercise, which I'd again recommend you guys do incorporate in your ab routine. Make sure to hit both sides of the obliques to obviously target them equally and get that nice shape going. And to finish it off, we're going to do 50 to 75 crunches. That sounds like a lot, and it is a lot, but this burns so much and it is a beautiful finisher for your abs to just finish it off basically. And that's really it for abs. Once we were done with this, we were catching our breath, and then we headed straight to the Stairmaster, which we did for a good 10 minutes and got a really nice sweat going on. Just came back from the gym, had a good leg session, also had 10 minutes of Stairmaster cardio. Called it a day at 10 minutes because the camera battery was dying. So I was like, let me just do a little bit more walking later on. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have this mango as a snack now and then have my full meal later on. Finally, time for the main meal. Guess what we're having? Surprise, surprise. It's the same thing. Here we're having rice, pickles, and yogurt, avocado, sirloin steak, medium. If you don't, what's wrong with you? Chicken, breast, and some sweet corn, lightly that mayo, and some no added sugar ketchup. And you're probably wondering, how can you eat the same thing every day? Does it not get boring? When you're really hungry, everything tastes phenomenal. There's that. And as always, I'm going to put the MyFitnessPal breakdown somewhere here so you can see the calorie breakdown, proteins, carbs, and fats, and learn from it. And I'm also going to go for a half-an-hour walk after this and then call it a day. So get this. It turns out I did not finish my calories, so I'm having 2 more bananas and a couple of almonds. See you tomorrow.